and my beloved brother, Gary Shammai. The vestiges of time do nothing to ease so great a pain as that which is brought on by the taking of such a dear life in haste and vain. My heart cannot be consoled by any condolent words or sentimental utterances, for I continue to mourn my fell twin, my vanquished tower, my beloved baby brother. I love you, Garik Malinka, and your name and legacy endure in my son, who's not only your namesake, but your mirror image. I love you, bro.
Michael J. Simon.
Paul Joseph Simon.
Mariana LaCour Simone.
Barry Simowitz.
Jane Louise Simpkin.
Jeff Lyle Simpson.
Cheryl D. Sincock.
Kamladai Kami Singh.
Roshan Ramesh Singh.
Thomas E. Sinton III.
Peter A. Syracuse.
Muriel F. Siskopoulos.
Joseph Michaels Sisolak.
John P. Scala.
Francis Joseph Skidmore Jr.
Toyana Corliss Skinner.
Paul Albert Skypeck.
Christopher Paul Slattery.
Vincent Robert Slavin.
Robert F. Sliwak.
Paul Kenneth Sloan.
Firefighter Stanley S. Magala Jr.
Wendy L. Small.
Greg H. Smallwood.
Catherine T. Smith.
Daniel Lawrence Smith.
Gary F. Smith.
George Eric Smith.
Heather Lee Smith.
James Gregory Smith.
Jeffrey R. Smith.
Joyce Patricia Smith.
Carl T. Smith, Sr.
Firefighter Kevin Joseph Smith.
Leon Smith Jr.
Maura Ann Smith.
Monica Rodriguez Smith.
Rosemary A. Smith.
Bonnie Smithwick.
Rochelle Monique Snell.
Christine Ann Sidner.
Diane Bullis Snyder.
Leonard J. Snyder, Jr.
Astrid Elizabeth Sohan.
Sushil S. Slonaki.
Ruben Solares.
Naomi Leah Solomon.
Daniel W. Song.
Maria Soper.
Michael Charles Soresi.
Fabian Soto.
Timothy Patrick Solas.
Gregory Thomas Spaganelli.
Donald F. Spampanato Jr.
Thomas Sparisaro.
John Anthony Spataro.
Robert W. Spear Jr.
Robert Spiceman.
And my mother, Elizabeth Holmes.
George Edward Spencer III. And my uncle, Battalion Chief Oreo Joseph Palmer. You are a true hero. We love you, we miss you, and we'll never forget you.
Robert Andrew Spencer.
Mary Rubina Sperando.
Frank Spinelli.
William E. Spitz.
Joseph Patrick Spohr Jr.
Klaus Johannes Sprockkamp.
Saranya Srinwa.
Fitzroy St. Rose.
Michael F. Stabile.
Lawrence T. Stack.
Timothy M. Stackpole.
Richard James Stadelberger.
Eric Adam Stallman.
Gregory Stake.
Alexandru Liviu Stan.
Corina Stan.
Mary Dominica Stanley.
Anthony Starita.
Jeffrey Stark.
Derek James Stakovicius.
Patricia J. Stats.
Craig William Staub.
William V. Steckman.
Eric Thomas Steen.
William R. Steiner.
Alexander Robin Steinman.
Edna L. Stevens.
Andrew Sturgiopoulos.
Andrew J. Stern.
Norma Lang Stewerley.
Martha Jane Stevens.
Michael James Stewart.
Richard H. Stewart, Jr.
Sanford M. Stoller.
Douglas Joel Stone.
Lonnie J. Stone.
Jimmy Neville Story.
Timothy Stout.
Thomas Strada,
James J. Strain Jr.,
Edward W. Stroll,
George J. Strouch Jr.,
Edward Thomas Strauss,
Stephen R. Strauss,
Larry L. Strickland,
Stephen F. Strobert,
Walwyn Wellington Stewart Jr.,
Benjamin Suarez,
David Scott Suarez,
Ramon Suarez,
Dino Xavier Suarez Ramirez,
Yoichi Sumiyama Sugiyama,
William Christopher Sugra,
Daniel Thomas Sewer,
David Mark Sullins,
Christopher P. Sullivan,
Patrick Sullivan,
Thomas G. Sullivan,
Hilario Soriano Sumaya Jr.,
James Joseph Suazo,
and my cousin Maria Isabel Ramirez. We love you, we miss you, we will never forget. God bless.
and my father, Weibin Wang. On behalf of the family, we love you and miss you every day. Thank you and God bless America.
Colleen M. Supinski,
Robert Sutcliffe,
Celine Sutter,
Claudia Suzette Sutton,
John Francis Swain,
Christine M. Swearson,
Brian David Sweeney,
Brian Edward Sweeney,
Madeline Amy Sweeney,
Derek Ogilvy Sword,
Thomas F. Swift,
Gina Steinberg,
Kevin Thomas Sozik,
Harry Tabak,
Norbert P. Shukovsky,
Norma C. Tadai,
Joanne C. Tabik,
Kiyashiro Takahashi,
Michael Tadonio,
Phyllis Gal Talbot,
Keiji Takahashi,
John Talaganini,
Robert R. Talhami,
Paul Talty,
Sean Patrick Talon,
Rachel Tamarez,
Morita Tam,
Michael Andrew Tamuccio,
Hector Rogan Tamayo,
Rondell Cherry Tankard,
Kenichiro Tanaka,
Dennis Gerard Taramonia Jr.,
Michael Anthony Tanner,
Alan Tarasewicz,
Kenneth Joseph Tarantino,
Ronald Tartaro,
Michael C. Taru,
Darrell Anthony Taylor,
Deborah Tavalarella,
Hilda E. Taylor,
Donnie Brooks Taylor,
Daryl Anthony Taylor,
Kip P. Taylor,
Leonard E. Taylor,
Larissa Ceylon Taylor,
Michael Morgan Taylor,
Carl W. TP,
Sandra Dawn Teague,
Yeshavant Moshwar Tembi,
Anthony Tempesta,
Dorothy Pearl Temple,
Stanley L. Temple,
David Gustav Peter Tengelin,
Brian John Terenzi,
Lisa Marie Terry,
Gumati Thakardine,
Hershard Sham Tate,
Michael Theodoridis,
and my cousin Lawrence Michael Polich, and my sister, cousin, and best friend Joanne Flora Weil. As I have said many times before, Joanne for a while, but not nearly long enough. I love you forever.
and my uncle Peter Burton Hansen, my aunt Sue Kim Hansen, and my cousin Christine Lee Hansen. We love you and we miss you so much.
Thomas F. Thurkoff,
Leslie Ann Thomas,
Brian Thomas Thompson,
Clive Ian Thompson,
Glenn Thompson,
Nigel Bruce Thompson,
Perry A. Thompson,
Vanava Alexei Thompson,
William H. Thompson,
Eric Raymond Thorpe,
Nicola Angela Thorpe,
Tamara C. Thurman,
Sal Edward Thierry Jr.,
John Patrick Tierney,
Mary Ellen Tiesi,
William Randolph Tista,
Kenneth Tejan,
Stephen Edward Ty,
Scott Charles Timmis,
Michael E. Tinley,
Jennifer M. Tino,
Robert Frank Tipaldi,
John James Tipping II,
David Tirado,
Hector Louis Tirado Jr.,
Michelle Lee Totolo,
Alicia Nicole Titus,
John J. Tobin,
Richard J. Tedesco,
Otis V. Tolbert,
Vladimir Tomasevich,
Stephen Kevin Thompson,
Thomas Tung,
Doris Torres,
Luis Eduardo Torres,
Amy Elizabeth Toyan,
Christopher Michael Trina,
Daniel Patrick Trent,
Abdul Karim Traore,
Glenn J. Travers,
Walter Philip Travers,
Felicia Yvette Trailer Bass,
James Anthony Trentini,
Mary Barbara Trentini,
Lisa L. Treratola,
Karamo Baba Trera,
Michael Angel Trinidad,
Francis Joseph Trombino,
Gregory James Trust,
Willie Q. Troy,
William P. Celapis Jr.,
Janetta Valentinova Soy,
Michael Patrick Tucker,
Lance Richard Tumulty,
Ching Ping Tung,
Simon James Turner,
Donald Joseph Tuzio,
Robert T. Twomey,
Jennifer Lynn Zemis,
John G. Yultoffer,
and my father Yoichi Sumiyama Sugiyama. Dad, thank you for always being there with us. Please stay at our side forever. And to all of Japanese people and my little brother in Japan. 事件から13年が経ちましたが、絶対にこの事件のことを忘れないでください。二度とこのような事件を起こさないためにも。Never, never, never forget. This is my prayer.
and our cousin Paul Nimbley, who would have been a grandfather for the first time this year. Paul would have done a great job with his granddaughter, Danielle Jean, and my uncle, too, John Monahan, who our family hasn't been the same the past 13 years, but we carry on with his spirit. Thank you to all the first responders who sacrificed so much that day and continue to protect us, and the U.S. troops who protect our freedoms at home and overseas. God bless America.
Tyler Victor Ugolin,
Michael A. Uliano,
Jonathan J. Uman,
Anil Shivhari Umarkar,
Alan V. Upton,
Diane Marie Urban,
John Damian Boccaccio,
Bradley Hodges Vadas,
William Valcarcel,
Felix Antonio Vale,
Ivan Vale,
Benito Valentin,
Santos Valentin Jr.,
Carlton Francis Valvo II,
Penjala Vamsakrishna,
Erica H. Van Acker,
Kenneth W. Van Alken,
R. Bruce Van Hine,
Daniel M. Van Laer,
Edward Raymond Vanacore,
John Charles Van de Vander,
Frederick T. Varachi,
Gopalakrishnan Varadan,
David Vargas.
Scott C. Vassell,
Azael Ishmael Vasquez.
Ronald J. Valk,
Archangel Vasquez.
Santos Vasquez,
Peter Vega.
Sankara Sastry Velamuri,
Jorge Velasquez.
Lawrence G. Velling,
Anthony Mark Ventura.
David Vera,
Loretta Ann Vera.
Christopher James Vialonga,
Matthew Gilbert Viana.
Robert Anthony Vicard,
Celeste Torres Victoria.
Joanna Vidal,
John T. Vigiano II.
Joseph